is very, very important in this era of modern apps. So what is Windows design philosophy? So, while you build your app, no doubt your app will have your unique branding if you're already a company, if you're already working for a company, etc. So you might have your own set of brandings. But, there are some things that if you keep, there are some guidelines and principles if you follow, they'll give a feel to the app that is native to the Windows. So once we get, user would be using a lot of apps. If he's using the Windows platform, he'll be using a lot of apps. So if there is some kind of commonality, that becomes intuitive for him to use it in that particular manner. So it's also important that you ensure that the app is in sync with the design philosophy of Windows to actually create a great impact. So one of the first design principles, all these design principles, have been incorporated into our modern start screen and the modern design philosophies, and there are certain examples of very great apps that are using these design principles. So the first principle is nothing but pride in craftsmanship. So with what do we exactly mean by this principle is that we should take care of every single detail, all the alignings, margins, etc. So there are guidelines for having a particular amount of left margin, particular amount of top margin in Windows. All that is there to ensure if we don't get, probably if it is it becomes, you never know that your app might become a very famous app and might gather a lot of use. It might be used a lot of times a day. So at that particular time, even these small things will matter to the consumer a lot. If there is a small mismatch of alignments, etc., those small things will become really, really frustrating for the user. So after keeping that in mind, devote time and energy to these small things that you might feel as engineers, that possibly you could do away with it. But I'll encourage that keep that cohesion, have that cohesion with the platform and look into it. So some of the example that I would like to show of pride and craftsmanship. I'm not sure if you're able to see the screen well. That looking at this screen, you might feel that there is nothing wrong with this. It's absolutely perfect. But I'd like to point out here that here and there are some or the other things that that you need to make sure that the alignments are right, and now these things will look a lot intuitive. So these buttons down there, the text should be in the center of the button, and all these focus has to have more padding, and now these things look like okay, yeah, this is something very obvious, but this is something that we skip while we build. The second design principle that I'll talk about is fast and fluid. So now it's all about time being fast, and fluid interactions is what the user is looking for in these apps. So you make sure you provide an interface that is fast and fluid, and user is able to very easily pan through, etc. So and fluidity could be in terms of, we have something called in the very first slide I showed you something called tiles. So we have this concept of live tiles, and so you could leverage this concept of live tiles in your apps and make your apps feel alive with activity. So even though your app is not running, it might through push notifications, the data on the app, the live tile gets updated, and it engages the user back into your app. The next design principle that we talk is of authentically digital. So being in a digital world, you should utilize the power of the pixels to the maximum. So we encourage that you do not just focus on getting the physical scenarios over here, it's like it's an app looking like a physical calendar. So it's much more easier to use the power of the pixels here itself, and use iconographics instead of putting just images directly, or on the slide, basically here you can see a slide. So here it shows us that this is our modern start screen, and on the right side is a semantic zoomed in view. So you do not need to from going to the panning. So we'll just pan from horizontally going from left to right. So it's not that we need to actually we can actually zoom, we can pinch in and zoom, and you can see that it has got a little minimized, and now you can actually directly navigate to the group directly rather than going all the way horizontally. So these are some digital phenomena of the platform that you can leverage. The other important aspect is do more with less. So this is our whole concept of getting away with all. So till Windows 7 we used to have all these bars, menu bars, address bars, etc. And even in the designs, at other platforms we have all these. So we try to give user a very immersive experience. So content comes before Chrome for the user. So it's like the user somehow interacts directly with the content rather than interacting with the with all these bars, etc. So all these navigational items that you put on the top or the bottom could go something into an app bar. An app bar is which comes up when you swipe from top or bottom. So it's not always there. So at that particular moment of time, the user is just interacting with the content. So we prefer that you do not put images around borders, rather leverage the white space, and in showing the different levels of headings. You leverage the typography, different font sizes to show different hierarchies, rather than having any borders or anything to depict hierarchies, etc. Then the last and very important point is win as one. So win as one is basically integrating and sharing with the help of the Microsoft platform. So we have something called a share contract, wherein your app could share data with some other app. So your app just signs up for a share contract and sends a file of the data to be shared, and you can share it across apps. All the apps that are capable of receiving the kind of data your app is sharing, that will automatically happen. You will get a list of all the apps that have been registered as a share target. So you can utilize this whole ecosystem of the platform and leverage all these share contracts, search contract, etc. in your app to basically get this to win as one on the platform. So it's basically one Microsoft design philosophy. You can continue to use your own branding, your own stuff, but align it to the Microsoft design philosophy. So before going further, I'll show you a quick demo of one of the nice design samples in the on Windows Store apps. So I hope you're able to see my start screen. So we have an app called Great British Chef. So something that comes up at the first is the start screen. Here you can see how beautifully the app transitions, and it's directly interacting with the content. So we do not have any borders or anything around these images that you can see. We have something called the app bars that come up. So on the top that you can see now, I guess you'll be able to show it, is the app bar on which we basically put all our navigational items. So if we want to go to a chef section or to a particular recipe section, we put it in the app bar rather than having it on the main screen. And then we have something called a back button, from where we could actually keep a track of the navigation stack and go back to the page we were on. So you can see how beautifully the content has been laid out and the beautiful design experience that this app provides. You can probably, go through some of very good design examples on the platform. There is another app called Cocktail Flow. You can have a look at these apps while we go back to the presentation. So you can have a look at these apps and continue accordingly on the platform and leverage this bar. So moving further in the slides, I hope you got the view of things that I was trying to provide. So as I told you, on the navigation pattern, you could have a main hub page